Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Insane World 6, 10,700 BC, Abu Huraira event. Abu Huraira was a Paleolithic village in modern-day Syria. It is also the earliest evidence we have of an airburst event directly affecting humans. The story of Abu Huraira is much like Tal el-Hammam. There is evidence of an ancient settlement with an even older settlement under it. In between is a layer of ash and materials that melted at very high temperatures. Scientists believe that a comet entered the atmosphere and broke apart. Several of the pieces then exploded in airbursts. One of these exploded right over Abu Huraira. Sadly, with the construction of the Tabqa Dam in 1974, the Abu Huraira site was flooded. It now sits at the bottom of Lake Assad, so we are not likely to learn more about this event anytime soon. 5. 1626 Wanggongchang event. Wanggongchang was the name of an armory in Beijing, and since this was China in the 1600s, this meant the armory was full of gunpowder. On its own merits, it is not noteworthy that an armory full of gunpowder exploded. However, it is notable that there were mysterious events right before the explosion. It was a clear, calm morning in Beijing on May 30th, 1626. Suddenly, there came a loud roaring sound from the sky. It began over the northeast part of the city and then passed to the southwest, where the armory was located. There was a blinding flash of light, then a huge explosion as the armory and everything around it was destroyed in a mushroom cloud. Statues, trees, and bodies were thrown miles away by the blast. The blast, which killed 20,000, was originally blamed on the careless handling of gunpowder. However, that does not explain the strange details before the explosion. The roaring from the sky, which flew over the city, and the bright light strongly suggest an airburst event. Number 4. 1930 Kuruka River event. On August 18, 1930, Father Fidel D. Alviano visited an isolated community near the Kuruka River in Brazil. He was met by terrified residents who thought that the world was ending. This seemed like kind of a big deal, so he asked for more details. He learned that on a quiet sunny morning 5 days before his visit, the people of the community witnessed fine red dust falling all around them. This was followed by a rain of white ash. Then there came a loud, piercing whistle, followed by 3 massive explosions, which set fire to the nearby forest and caused a small earthquake. There were also reports of large balls of fire seen in the sky. In 1931, 2 newspapers in Italy wrote stories based on Father D'Alvino's reports. Then everyone just kind of forgot about it for 60 years. 3. 1888 Sulaimaniya event. It is not certain that what happened in Sulaimaniya, Iraq, was an Airbus event. Like the previous entry, this event was mostly unknown until fairly recently. In 2020, Turkish researchers were reading through old archives of the Turkish government. Many of the records were about mundane events. Then they found letters written about a very non-mundane event, the earliest evidence of a person being hit and killed by a meteorite. According to the report, people in Sulaimaniya witnessed fireballs falling from the sky over a 10-minute period on August 12, 1888. One of these fireballs made it close or all the way to the ground. It slammed into a nearby hillside. One man was killed and another was severely injured. It is unclear if the object was an intact meteorite or the pieces of an airburst. Number 2. 2013 Chelyabinsk meteor. The Chelyabinsk meteor is probably familiar to most people reading this, as it only happened 10 years ago. It was widely filmed and discussed in the media and among scientists. On the morning of February 15, 2013, a small asteroid entered the Earth's atmosphere from the direction of the sun. Because of this, it went undetected and caught the world by surprise. It finally exploded in a spectacular airburst over the Chelyabinsk region of Russia. Thankfully, the Chelyabinsk meteor exploded quite high in the sky, so the full force of the explosion was not felt on the ground. Still, the explosion caused millions of dollars of damage and injured thousands. Had the Airbus happened closer to the ground, we would be talking about thousands of deaths instead of injuries. This event was seen as a wake-up call. Scientists around the world called for more serious observation to detect future asteroids and meteors. Number 1. 1972 Great Daylight Fireball. The 1972 Great Daylight Fireball is unique on this list because, as far as we know, it never exploded. On August 10, 1972, many people observed a fiery object moving across the sky over the western United States and Canada. The object entered the atmosphere at a shallow angle and then left the atmosphere again without exploding or hitting the Earth. Based on its flight path, scientists predicted that the object would return to Earth's atmosphere in 1997, but then a funny thing happened. 1997 came and went, and the object did not return as predicted. What happened to it? Did it somehow get knocked out of its orbit? Did it break apart? Did it return and we just missed it? Or is it lurking out there, destined to become the next devastating airburst event? This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.